Hi there, this is Java Jim with First Line Equipment, and today in front of us we have the Pinecone Pinion commercial grade coffee grinder, which is also a multi-purpose grinder, made in Switzerland, 510 watts. This sucker has some horsepower. Okay, when you get the grinder, just so you know, the box that it comes in, it looks like this. There is no instruction manual in the box because you have to use the QR code to get to the instruction manual. I don't particularly care for that to get it on my phone because it is a little hard to read. So if you can print it, it would probably be better. There's a plastic bag, a couple little plastic bags in there, and I'm not sure if we're going to repackage these into a bigger box. It does look pretty safe to send. But this is a nice compact grinder for commercial use, and of course commercial you can use if you like at home, office, coffee trucks or whatever. If you can see here, it doesn't come with the portafilter. That's from a VBM machine, but it basically has a portafilter holder right here that is adjustable. I did loosen it. It has Allen key screws, and I believe the Allen key screw is not included with this grinder. And I'm not sure what size, but there are holding screws here, and basically you can adjust for smaller and larger portafilters with the different heights. Then if you bring it down, you can actually snap this off and take it off like that. And you can basically, let's see which way this goes. There's two pieces of metal right here. This is for the cup holder, so if you want to grind into a cup, this is made of stainless. Not the best polished stainless in the world, but this is more of a functional piece, not a cosmetic piece. So you'll basically take where the ridges are going up here, and let's get that into, ooh, looks like there's a magnet there and there's a little holder right there. So, and then just make sure the cup here, that the gasket, basically you'll sit it in like this, and that becomes the holder like that. So just make sure this is straight going around because sometimes it bends a little bit. I'm going to take this off, put the portafilter holder back on. Okay, bring it up. As far as adjustment, put the portafilter in, bring it up. Okay, and if you just heard the grinder, which right now it's pretty quiet because there's no coffee in it, but there's a push button right here. So you can operate it with the push button for the portafilter, and this is in button number 2 in the back. Okay, there's off in the middle, and then if you want continuous run, it's on the switch number 1. So we'll put it back on 2, and then we'll hold this portafilter holder right here, get these screws in, and while I'm doing that, there is a removable drip tray that's right in the front. It is made of plastic, and there is a little downside to it. The frame seems like aluminum on the framing. Okay, the portafilter holder's holding pretty good right there. We'll tighten this up. Okay, now sometimes if these forks are too high, you won't be able to get this off. Okay, so just make you aware of that. Let's just test the portafilter real quick. Hits the button and it's grinding. Now there is no timer for this grinder, so it's like a semi-automatic or a manual, on and off with the button. Let's get these aside. The stainless steel cup is actually pretty nice. That's in good shape. To the drip tray. Let's take this off. If you drop your portafilter on the drip tray, it is made of plastic, and you can get a small dent. Cosmetics are not covered under warranty, but just to make you aware that you can get a small dent in the plastic if you drop the drip tray, such as I have done on this particular drip tray. So you put this back in here. Bean hopper, lid, and there are 2 sliding mechanisms on the inside, and basically you don't want to over tighten. So you see I'm holding from here. You really want to turn this way. So you don't want to turn the bean hopper, you want to turn the locking mechanisms, and this comes out. If you get multiple bean hoppers, what's really nice is when you turn this, there's an open hole. and like this is closed. So you can change beans. Okay, so, and then you see these two mechanisms. There's two holes right there. And then from there, we'll line that back in. And I've done this a few times, and basically what's happening is I'm not lining them up properly. Whew. Done this before and still have an issue here. Oh, I know why. Turn it closed. Okay, so learn from your mistakes. Now it goes back in. Now we can turn the lock-in mechanism, and basically what it opens up the hole for the beans to come in. Let me get that closed again. On the bean hopper, on the inside, there's a slant. So when the beans are in, it's flowing in to that through that hole right there when it opens. So you don't have any kind of static beans laying around. Okay, get that back in there and turn this open. And we'll get some beans in here real quick. Put that in there. Put the lid on. And let's start grinding some coffee. And as you can see, very fast. Okay, another downside, you may get static, which is here. I advise customers a lot of times the static is mostly from the beans. And how do I know this? The reason is because I'll put in a lighter roast bean and I tend to get more static, or if I'm very fine for a certain bean, I'll get more static. And then I'll put in a different bean and I get no static. So there can be a little static here on this grinder. I'm going to show you the insides and the outsides, but for the money, this is a phenomenal grinder. See how fast this ground? And to clean the chute, it's magnetic hold, so you can clean it. As far as cleaning, any of those cleaning tablets for grinders is acceptable. I believe we sell the pulley ones here. And let me get this back in here. Oof, brutal. Hard to do from the back side. Okay, there we go. So that's pretty much it. Again, the buttons back here. You have number 2 for the pulsating with the button in the front. Number 1 is for grinding continuous, and O for off. The cord comes out of the back side, and the reset button is right here. Hopefully you enjoyed this introductory video and this overview of the Pinecone Pinion, and it doesn't grind pine cones, just to let you know, just because it's called that. But it does a phenomenal job, and the quality, which is most important in my book, even more important than static, is the grind fineness. Very, very consistent and very fine. And you could take it out to a much coarser setting, and you should do that while the grinder's running. Don't follow my example there. If you have any questions, please ask down below. More importantly, please even ask on our website using the link to get to our website. We have a question and answer area. And once again, this is Java Jim, First Line Equipment. Thank you for watching. Coffee first, everything else second, including following our social media channels by giving us a thumbs up or subscribing. That comes second to coffee first. Have a wonderful day and take care.